Hey guys, theksdiver here. Of course, we're gonna have to start this video off with the ace. Start with the best, of course. I'm admittedly gonna get lucky with that C4. It was a bad throw, and then they just happened to walk under it. But this is a 5v2 ace. Enjoy.
Coming in now, in.
Dude, just die.
Anna's pushing as well.
She's pretty far on the wall.
Ivana's down. The ping is down.
Yeah, Ivana's down. Picking up now.
Driving up ping.
Buff up, careful. She's pretty far in corridor.
50 seconds left. Bees on the corridor. Other side, other side.
Diving, other side.
You clear from right, just clear that.
Go on, Case.
So obviously this is my part 2 video for Kanal, and I'm just going to show you guys my strats in action. Mostly, obviously, going to be successful videos. There are some failures from time to time, but these strats work, and we consistently play Plat 2s and Plat 3s, an occasional Plat 1, and these strats work most of the time. You have to have the proper setups, of course, like I show in my first video.
There's 3 upstairs.
But there's a reason Mira is the most banned operator, right up there with Jackal, and I think that people don't utilize her the right way. They put the Miras on hard walls most of the time, which is fine. That's a good strat, but if you've seen my previous videos, then you know I like the soft windows to be more of an offensive Mira. Now in this clip, you'll see I got that C4 kill, but up above me ended up being extremely exposed at that point. The hatch was popped, so I had to displace. Now I'm keeping an eye on the numbers. It was 2v3, now 2v2. I'm listening to my callouts. We have good cameras. We have Val cams. And you don't have to sit at your mirror windows. Just remember, a mobile mirror is a living mirror. Or something like that. I just made that up. But stay mobile.
Both on camera, both on camera. Last one's scary. He's reloading.
How many bullets did he take?
Now, right here, I think I mentioned in my first video, I should have, one of the best ways to prepare yourself for when that hatch gets blown is to go ahead and lay down. It gives you a much better angle, you're more protected, so it works for me most of the time. They might not fall for it twice, but it worked that time. If you watched my first video on this map, here's that dirty angle that I showed you guys. Now, I know some of you are probably critical of this mirror setup in particular because of the danger that presents itself from Green Hall, Green Stairs area being so exposed. And it's a legitimate concern because that is your most vulnerable spot, is right here. But with that being said, I wouldn't just use this spot for a YouTube video. This is what I use in competitive and ranked, and it's very successful. So my goal here is to not just show you guys that these strats work, but to show you how to survive these strats when you're faced with pretty bad odds. And the key for most of these spots, especially this one, is your movement, your placement, and your positioning when you're presented with new situations in real time. And you know, the safest spot obviously when green is starting to get attacked is the other window that you don't really see in this clip in particular, because you have that server rack in the bomb itself to kind of give you that little buffer and something else to hide behind. So as you watch, just pay attention to my movement, especially up in that site, because it is critical to survival.
Huge. Good fucking C4, my boy.
And while we're talking about movement, this site in particular is no exception. I fast forward most of this just to show you my movement and how I'm avoiding these people above me for so long. And it can kind of be entertaining when you fast forward this, but believe me, it's stressful when you're actually playing in real time. while we're watching this useless garbage here, I do want to give a shout out and a thank you to the MK clan there in the UK. I'm obviously North American, playing on these guys' EU server. They've taken me in, even though I can be garbage. They tolerate my mirror strats, they help me out, they sacrifice by playing operators that I need to do the mirror strats and test stuff out. So, thanks Lucky, Nymph, Adam, Beal. Appreciate you guys. All I have to say about this clip is situational awareness. Also, like I've been saying, the theme I guess here is pay attention to how you're moving.
I injured one.
Ash is down as well. Ash is down as well. He's down. Blitz is dead, Josh. Play. Nice. I the kill.
That was great on that window.
Controls. I think council.
Nice.
Oh, on KO.
Shit.
Ash is out. Ash dead. This is locked in three. Bathroom. He's in bathroom. Still in bathroom.
That was bad timing on his part.
Yeah, the timing. He decided to rush.
It seems like my favorite tactic now to deal with people who are gonna get on a window behind me or beside me and threaten me is to lay down. It seems to work most often for somebody that's prepared for me and already knows I'm gonna be somewhere on the other side of that window. So that might be a strat you try to employ. It seems to work quite a bit for me.
It's just a drone she's actually. She's running up the site now. One's in, no, one is in. Pushing to their end. Sort of Kanal though.
I randomly queued up with messed up my mirror strat right here, so sometimes you just have to improvise.
He's not, he's in the hallway. So you're right there, yeah. In between there. Nicely done, guys.
To me, this clip is a fine example of what you want to be as a mirror. You want to be a pain in the ass for the other team to push, and I think this captures a lot of that. I made myself proud.
Oh shit! That's me. Oh, sorry. I was pre-firing there and
I was already there, I was shooting. I killed the guy with the shotgun.
yeah, I didn't realise it there.
Playtime.
Oh, God.
Nice guess.
Now, I want to point out, in my mind, I make a mistake right here by using my C4 to finish this guy. It didn't end up hurting me in the end, but just remember, don't use your C4 unless you have to. Save that for when you absolutely need it.
Freeze, chill left, freeze. Push on.
Kitchen. Nice.
That was fucking clean. This clip here is a good example of how tough it can be if a team properly starts pushing you from green side. And what it does here is, yeah, I'm getting frags from in front of me like I'm supposed to. The guys that are pushing my mirror windows, they die. But The guys behind me isolate me,
One's green.
make it so that I can't rotate over to my other window, which diminishes my line of sight and ruins my ability to rotate quickly into the hallway and shoot people at 90.
Pushed up green. Breach charging the wall. About to run in sight. About to run into A.
Yana's running.
190. 290. 290. Yana green.
No, it's Sophia green. Yana's green white. One's up to 90 hall. Taking server.
Fuck's sake. One's on green stairs, Sophia.
Alright, so that's going to wrap it up for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And go ahead and hit that like, subscribe button if you enjoyed this, or if you learned anything, or if you're excited to use this in your own ranked games. And until next time, enjoy the view.